Welcome to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys. I'm Sheryl, your host, with over 30 years experience in the healthcare field. Our goal of the show is to educate, empower, and inform caregivers across the Gulf Coast while ensuring that you are not alone in your caregivers journeys. Today I'm joined by Debby Cleveland, who's going to be sharing her caregiver story. I'm also joined by Pastor Dave Parr, and he'll be telling us a little bit about Rebekah House and the event coming up. And then I have Sheryl Oliver of Australian Accents, and she'll be showing us as caregivers how we can relax. And we'll be right back after these commercials.
Taking care of your aging parents or disabled child can be difficult. PRN is here to help. We specialize in assisting family members and caregivers in keeping their loved ones in their preferred living environment. We provide assistance in homemaker and adult sitter services, nursing assistance, personal care aides, and will even help you with your everyday errands. We have services available 24 hours a day. We'll help you figure out what you need and tailor the hours and services to fit. You can keep up with our show called Caregivers Journeys on Cable 1 Channel 1007 or Uverse Channel 17. If you need help with taking care of your aging parent or disabled child, call and make an appointment with us today at 228-385-2603. For more info, visit our website, prnhomecareservices.com.
Really? And you say you love your grandma? Call 888-936-6832 or visit handydandymoving.com. Handy Dandy comes in handy.
They go above and beyond what any of the other casinos do.
They make you feel at home.
They make you feel like family.
You ready?
They make you feel at home right away.
I can't even tell you how many hugs I've had today.
Never ever experienced anything but positive and lovely people and fantastic times.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I won't stay anywhere else. I've done all the other casinos. This is my casino.
The sound system, the ride is all top class. Hey folks, Vic Dehan at Champion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And let's talk about the Charger. 24/9. It's Ram Power Days here at Champion. ChampionValue.com.
Welcome back to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys. I'm joined today by a good friend, Debby Cleveland. And I just realized, I've always said from Natchez area, but you're from Faraday, Louisiana, home of Jerry Lee Lewis and what's
Mickey Gillett.
Mickey Gillett. And I didn't even realize they were cousins. I should know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I am so glad you joined me today to share with everyone your caregiver story. And you and I met really back at Lighthouse BPW, right?
Yes, yes.
It's been almost 10 years.
I think so.
I forgot. It feels like 20, but I'm going to say it's been close to 10 years and stuff. And you and I are still on the board at Lighthouse BPW. And we have an event coming up next week. Right. Well, this week coming up as well. So anyway, I'm glad I talked to you a few years back. It's been a few years.
Yes.
And I remember you coming up to me and we were talking about the care for your dad. And you really actually didn't have to care for him. You were just planning to care for him at the time.
Well, I knew you were in that business, and we were talking to him about having to move him down to the coast, be with me and other members of our family. He was getting ill, and I didn't want to leave him at home by himself, and I needed him close by me.
Right.
And I knew you were in that business, and I wanted you to help me.
Yes, help me
and just give me some pointers and what I could do to help him transition from this home where we had lived all our life, you know. And that wasn't going to be easy for him, and it wasn't going to be easy for me to move him. And I needed your advice and your help on that. So you were the one that I needed to help me with that, you know. So
exactly.
You were a good friend of mine. I knew you would not steer me wrong.
No, I certainly wouldn't. And a lot of people don't realize, as a caregiver, and me being in it professionally for years, I've always noted that men are probably the hardest to give up their independence. And they're really not giving up their independence, but because they have lived somewhere for so long, so moving is almost like a death to them, you know, as far as them actually packing up and leaving the home that they've known all their life. And so a lot of caregivers, when they do that, they don't realize that.
I think it's harder for men because they are so independent. They're used to taking care of everybody else.
Yes.
And they don't think that they need that.
Right.
You know, they think they could do it all themselves. So it was, you know, and he didn't think that I should have to leave my work or my home to come take care of him. And he didn't want to do that. He knew that I needed my job and I had my profession to take care of myself, and that he didn't want me to interrupt my work. But that was just, you know, I don't need you to do that. You know, I don't want you to do that. You know? So we had some conflict there.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
So it was not easy.
And that's a part of caregiving. What I found interesting, which a lot of people also run into, is your dad being as independent as he was. He was telling you everything was done. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He had everything in place, right?
Right. I even specifically asked him at times, one time, about his will, for instance, and I said, do you have all that taken care of? Yes. You don't have to worry about things. And he was very specific and particular about things, paying bills and taking care of insurance, taking care of all that. The funeral expenses, the funeral arrangements, everything was taken care of, except that I did actually ask to see it and let me look at it.
Right.
And that's the only thing I did not do.
And of course.
And when the time came, he had not taken care of everything.
Right. And
even as particular and specific as he was about everything, those things he did not take care of.
So he didn't take care of that. He also didn't take your mom off the checking account.
Right, and he had told me he had, and again, I didn't look to see.
Right.
Yes, like I said, as particular as he was about things, I knew that he would take care of all that kind of stuff, but for whatever reason and why, he did not. And she had been passed away for about 10 years.
Right, and it probably meant something to him. But removal is sometimes like another death to him.
Right.
So you actually wind up going through a lot, and it also put the adult grandchildren on the because there was no will. You had to go through probate and everything with him as well.
This was in Louisiana, so we had to go through what they call succession of will, and I had to hire an attorney, which he didn't have one listed that he used. And the one that he had used when my mother had passed away was not in business any longer. So I had to pick one, and I didn't really know anyone over there in Louisiana because I lived here. I've been here in Mississippi for 30 years.
Right.
And I just chose one I didn't really know, someone that just gave me on advice, and she was okay, but I won't use her again.
Right.
But that's another subject. But it took a long time because I had to go through get the banking cleared, and then we had to do the succession of will. And since there was only 2 children of us, my brother who was deceased and me, everything was mine, and then whatever my brother would have gotten if he had been living went to his children. And you know, it just took for a longer period of time for all that to be settled, with my father having a house and vehicles, and he also had stocks and stuff. So it took a long time for all that to be settled between me and the grandchildren.
But you got it done, and so here we are. And we have an event coming up. Lighthouse BPW Woman of Achievement is coming up Wednesday. And
the
it'll be
17th, and not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
It'll be 17th. So, and it'll be at Scarlet Pearl. Thank them for hosting. And we have 30 women that will be recognized from across the Gulf Coast. Thank you for joining us, Debbie.
Thank you for having me. I hope I've helped someone out. It's not easy, but it happens to everyone.
Yes, and you never know. And so we'll be right back with Pastor Dave Parr, and he'll be talking with us about Rebekah House.
Tired of looking from store to store for furniture that matches the rest of your decor just to settle for something close? At Willis Furniture, along with the fine quality of their furniture, you can choose to have it custom made in a choice of many different fabrics or leather. Willis offers quality furniture to fit anyone's budget, along with 12 months same as cash and free local deliveries. Stop by Willis Furniture today and bring home the furniture that matches you. Willis Furniture, where quality is still affordable.
Really? And you say you love your grandma? Call 888-936-6832 or visit handydandymoving.com. Handy Dandy comes in handy.
They go above and beyond what any of the other casinos do.
They make you feel at home.
They make you feel like family.
You read that? They make you feel at home right away.
I can't even tell you how many hugs I've had today.
Never ever experienced anything but positive and lovely people and fantastic times.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I won't stay anywhere else. I've done all the other casinos. This is my casino.
Taking care of your aging parents or disabled child can be difficult. PRN is here to help. We specialize in assisting family members and caregivers in keeping their loved ones in their preferred living environment. We provide assistance in homemaker and adult sitter services, nursing assistance, personal care aides, and will even help you with your everyday errands. We have services available 24 hours a day. We'll help you figure out what you need and tailor the hours and services to fit. You can keep up with our show called Caregivers Journeys on Cable 1 Channel 1007 or Uverse Channel 17. If you need help with taking care of your aging parent or disabled child, call and make an appointment with us today at 228-385-2603. For more info, visit our website, prnhomecareservices.com.
Welcome back to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys. I am joined by Pastor Dave Parr, as in golf.
That's right.
Yes. Anyway, I'm really good at messing up names.
That's okay.
Anyway, Pastor Parr, I am so glad you were able to join us today and to share about Rebekah House. And you and your wife came here 5 years ago from Tennessee?
We did, from Northeast Tennessee.
Northeast Tennessee.
A town called Greenville, a little north of Knoxville.
Okay. Okay, so you're above Knoxville?
Yeah, we're north of Knoxville. We're between Knoxville and Bristol. That's where our home is.
Okay, all right. I've been to Knoxville a few times. My daughters used to play tennis, so we traveled up there quite a bit. Yeah. And so anyway, so that's pretty far. That's a little distance.
Yes, ma'am.
But you were at Grace Lutheran
Church. Lutheran in Long Beach.
In Long Beach. All right. Awesome. So you and I are actually on the same board.
Yes, we are.
Yes. And so Rebekah House is really near and dear to me as far as families here on the Gulf Coast. Can you tell us a little bit about Rebekah House?
Absolutely. Rebekah's House is the only shelter in the whole state of Mississippi that allows entire families to have shelter together. Moms, dads, and children, as long as they're not over 18, can all be sheltered together rather than be separated into homes for women, homes for children. They're all together, and it's a family atmosphere in the house.
And a lot of people don't realize this. I know my husband and I tell people this often. You know, we helped a husband and wife a few years back, and we were we really had our eyes open, because we did not realize that as a husband and wife here and anywhere, I guess, they're really not put together. Right. When they're homeless, there's a shelter for the men and there's a shelter for the women.
Right.
And Rebekah House allows us to bring it all under the same roof.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to the family.
Yes. Yes, and then I know the other big thing is teenage boys. They can stay with their family.
That's right.
Yeah, and so that's the one really big thing that I like. It's a small house, and we only, Rebekah House really takes 3 family at a time, but how long are they allowed to stay?
Well, it can be up to 60 days. The first 30 days is, I hesitate to use the word probation, but it's a time that we're making sure that the families are seeking the resources that are available, trying to find jobs and things like that if they don't have one. At the end of that 30 days, we take a look at their situation and then extend it another 30 days most likely. Right. At the end of the 60 days, then we look at things on an individual basis. You know, we're not just going to arbitrarily boot someone out, but we take a look at the individual situation and see what we need to do to help them further if that's the case.
And a lot of families actually, I mean, that time frame really gives them time to get on their feet, because most of them, a lot of them still have a job when they come to us.
That's right, some do.
Yeah, so some do, and then they have, it's just a matter of trying to get everything paid, and that's where they find themselves in a big rut and stuff.
This is true.
Exactly. So, the thing about Rebekah House, what are the families required to do? What do we require?
Well, we expect them to, if they're not employed, we expect them to seek employment. Now, let me say, first of all, we do criminal background checks and things like that.
Yes.
And then once that's all cleared and we do the intake process, we educate them on what our expectations are. They're expected to seek employment and to maintain their living quarters, their rooms, you know, and keep things neat and tidy, and get along with everybody else in the house, of course. And then we have a resident administrator, case manager, and we can talk about what she does at some point. But they're given resources if they need counseling or whatever we have available that they need. We try to hook them up with that particular agency.
Right, and Licia, who comes to us and helps us out with the case management part, she actually helps them with finding the resources and where to connect as well, right?
That's exactly right. And she also lives on site, so she's there to kind of facilitate things and be a resource, you know, at all times.
Right.
So she does. Yeah.
And so anyway, so we actually have a fundraiser coming up, right?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Yes,
an evening of soft saxophone jazz with Jordan Sheldon. It's going to be great.
Yes, and there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Right, and we have tickets on sale. Tickets are only $25.
30 for individual.
30, right.
Right, and 50 for couples.
Yes, so if you come as a team, you can be a husband and wife, or you can just be 2 friends coming together.
That's right.
You can buy 2 tickets for $50.
That's right.
And it's gonna be where?
At the Biloxi Visitor Center.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a nice venue, and it'll be on the 18th, which is a Thursday evening from 5:30 until 9:30.
And we want to thank our sponsors like Harrison County Board of Supervisors, who's also sponsoring us this year. And then we're also going to have a silent auction.
Right.
And I just got word we're going to have some trips, so you want to come out and make your bids on those trips as well.
Yeah.
Right?
From what I'm hearing, those are kind of exotic trips, right?
Yeah, like Antigua Bay, and they're not cheap. So come out, bring your money with you, and you can contact us at Rebekah House, and we will be right back with Sheryl Oliver, and she is with an Australian accent, and she's going to show us how to get relaxed and how to relieve stress right after these commercials.
Taking care of your aging parents or disabled child can be difficult. PRN is here to help. We specialize in assisting family members and caregivers in keeping their loved ones in their preferred living environment. We provide assistance in homemaker and adult sitter services, nursing assistance, personal care aides, and will even help you with your everyday errands. We have services available 24 hours a day. We'll help you figure out what you need and tailor the hours and services to fit. You can keep up with our show called Caregivers Journeys on Cable 1 Channel 1007 or Uverse Channel 17. If you need help with taking care of your aging parent or disabled child, call and make an appointment with us today at 228-385-2603. For more info, visit our website, prnhomecareservices.com.
They go above and beyond what any of the other casinos do.
They make you feel at home.
They make you feel like family.
They make you feel at home right away.
I can't even tell you how many hugs I've had today.
Never ever experienced anything but positive and lovely people and fantastic times.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I won't stay anywhere else. I've done all the other casinos. This is my casino.
Really? And you say you love your grandma? Call 888-936-6832 or visit handydandymoving.com. Handy Dandy comes in handy.
Triple Diamond Pawn and Jewelry, the Gulf Coast premier pawnbroker with over 100 years combined experience. We have the best prices on fine jewelry and gold. Whether it's a wedding ring or an unforgettable upgrade, we have it all. Check out our selection of electronics, musical instruments, tools and guns in our upstairs showroom. We loan cash on anything of value. Professional, confidential loans, GIA certified appraisals, and jewelry repair. Don't take less, do business with the best. Triple Diamond Pawn and Jewelry.
Welcome back to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys. I'm joined by Sheryl Oliver, and you are from Australia.
That's right, yes.
Which I love. I associate your city, Melbourne, from Australian Open tennis.
Yes.
You know I'm a big tennis fan.
That's right.
So anyway, what I did love about, reading, I didn't realize that you had been in healthcare for 30 years like me.
That's right.
And of course, occupational therapy like me.
Yes.
And then you just decided to take advantage or to take it to another level and teach people about relaxation.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your the techniques. As caregivers, we're always looking for ways to relieve ourselves of stress. Actually, to be honest, I should say caregivers don't think enough about themselves sometimes to relieve themselves of stress.
That's right.
So tell me some of the things that you would recommend, since you deal with caregivers all the time.
Yes, I would recommend taking 5 to 15 minutes every day, because as caregivers you do get so busy with everything that needs to be done, but unless you care for yourself first, you really can't provide excellent care for your loved ones.
Right.
You've got to be on top of your game. You've got to look after your body, your vehicle, so then you can provide that best care for them. So if you take 5 to 10 minutes, turn off the TV, turn off the phone, any distractions. You could sit in the chair, or you may choose to lay in the bed. And first just start by checking in and notice how you feel. Are any of your muscles sore? How's your breathing? Is it really fast? Are you breathing really high into your chest, or are you breathing deep to your abdomen? Just give a check-in, see how you're feeling. Are you feeling like you're about to cry? Or are you feeling like you're pretty happy? Just, how is your day going? Because as caregivers, every day is different.
Yes,
and sometimes every hour is different. Every moment is different.
Exactly.
Take that time to refresh before you totally break apart.
Right. And a lot of people really don't know, with occupational therapy, which has actually been around for years and years, hundreds of years, but we actually, at least when I came into the field, we always said we deal with the whole person.
Yes.
We're not just about the physical part, but the whole person, because as you just said, you have to be right on the inside in order to be able to heal on the outside.
Yes.
And so you actually have some CDs and stuff that you do.
I have 3 CDs, and they're also downloads on the internet. There's Deep Relaxation for Adults, there's Relaxation for Teenagers, and Relaxation for Children.
Ah, so you even deal with the kids too.
Yes.
So, and the teenagers.
Yes.
Most people don't realize how much stress teenagers are.
Oh, absolutely. And the World Health Organization predict by year 2020, the second leading cause of death will be depression. And so knowing that, I really had to do something about this. And so that's why I designed these CDs, because they do help with anxiety, depression, with grief, many other conditions. And it also helps to prevent chronic illness.
Wow.
A lot of people who have heart problems, diabetes, it's a lot of strain on the organs because they've been so stressed out.
Right.
You can do this breathing, these exercises to help reduce the risk of chronic illness.
And so what's a deep breathing that a person can do?
A nice one is if they just close their eyes, put their hands over their abdomen, and first breathe out really fully. And when you breathe out, you want to squeeze your stomach in. And then when you breathe in, let your abdomen expand. So you breathe out and squeeze in, and then you breathe in and expand. And every time you breathe out, if you count, you can count 1, and the next exhale count 2. Another good one is as you breathe in, think of a positive thought. Think of something good for you. So perhaps you need courage or faith or love. So breathe in, imagine filling up with that good thing. And as you breathe out, you squeeze your abdomen as you breathe out, imagine pushing out the opposite, what you no longer need. So you breathe in everything good, relaxation, and breathe out stress. Very good.
So you wouldn't put ice cream on that list because that's not necessarily good.
Not necessarily. Another one is muscle relaxation. It's called progressive muscle relaxation.
Okay.
So you notice which muscles are tight, and then you go through an exercise, and you can start by squeezing your feet, squeezing your legs, squeeze your hands, squeeze your arms, lift your shoulders up, and you can squeeze all the muscles in your face. You might want to close your eyes and squeeze real tight, and then you breathe out and just totally relax. And then if you do that again, you can either start at your feet or start at your face. You can squeeze your eyes, your mouth, your lips, your shoulders, squeeze your legs. If it feels good, you can lift your arms up a bit, lift your legs up a bit, squeeze tight. Imagine that stress leaving the body, and then just breathe out.
So you're saying if I was tight, this is a good way to relieve my muscles.
And even to use it before you go to bed. When you go to bed, we often go to bed, but we're not necessarily relaxed.
Right.
So we still wake up with a sore jaw or sore shoulders or maybe sore hands, wherever we're holding tension.
Right.
If you do that breathing and then go through and relax your muscles, the third thing is you do a guided imagery and you imagine a really wonderful place.
Right.
So you close your eyes and you think of somewhere that you'd like to be.
Right.
Perhaps somewhere real, from a vacation, or perhaps somewhere from a movie or a book, somewhere imagined, and you imagine everything wonderful about that place. So you imagine all the colors, all the scenery, you imagine all the fragrances, all the things you can hold and hug, all the lovely tastes, and all the peaceful sounds. And you drift off into a sleep in that wonderful, happy place.
So, Sheryl, if somebody wants to contact you, because you also do vision boards.
Yes.
If somebody wants to contact you, what's the best way to contact you?
It's through my website, AustralianAccents.com, or through my new phone number, 1-800-882-9956. I also teach yoga and restorative yoga, which is a very, very gentle yoga. Anybody can do it. It's a very good yoga.
All right. Well, I want to thank Sheryl and Debbie and Pastor Parr for joining us today. I also want to remind people that you do have Black Nurses Rock Gala coming up. You also have Lighthouse BPW event coming up, and you also have Rebekah House. So don't forget to check on those events and join us next week back at the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys.